Is media cutthroat? That was a question asked from Cam Newton to Shannon Sharpe. And I said, whoa, we got to talk about this one because I've been waiting on debating this for so long. Man, is media cutthroat? Woo! We about to have some fun with this. So first, let them have fun with it, and then we'll beat it up. Let's talk about this one right here.
I wouldn't say, I think the podcasting is a lot more cutthroat and people do a lot more backstabbing than what I've seen in say, quote unquote, linear media, which is television.
Right.
The podcasting, the bickering and the snipping, sniping back and forth, the envy and the jealousy, that's probably what's been most disappointing to me. But I think, you know what, I'm learning as I go along to accept it and just okay, they're gonna say what they wanna say. I understand that as I start to ascend, people are gonna start taking even more shots. And so you just have, you know what, I'm just learning, man. I'm just learning, and that's what, I remember having a conversation with Kat, and I just asked him, why are they taking shots at you, but they're taking shots at me? I said, I didn't say anything. You said what you said, it was on my platform. He said, because you can't say anything, and that was a buzz by, and they don't want me to come back with these direct hits. I was like, okay. But I'm learning, Cam. It is it's a lot of process, because I'm looking at people, I'm like, you've never even met me. You've never even said anything. You haven't talked to anybody that I know. I'm talking about personally. And for you to say what you're saying. So I'm learning now that this comes along with the territory. And so I just have to be accepting of it and just keep my head down and realize what I'm focused on trying to accomplish. So
Cam is about to go get some. We may have to do that one another time, Cam. Sorry, big dog. He said a whole lot of, I ain't doing no 30-minute videos. So, woo! Let's talk through this one. Let me get this out the way. I'm about to generalize because I got to. Because I don't watch all of linear television talk shows. I don't watch all of them. Matter of fact, I don't watch any of them now with the volume up. I see them as background. They're great for that, and I read the ticker, and I know I could tell what they talking about, closed caption, but I ain't hearing it. I ain't trying to hear it. And trust me, you already know, ain't nobody ever created that's going to know all the content that happens on the internet, podcasting, too many podcasts out there, et cetera. So, all right, now I'm done with generalizing. Let's get specific. Woo! Shannon said, and he drew the line right now, Crip and Blood, basically, podcasters versus linear TV hosts. And I'm in a unique position, as Shannon still is, but I've been there for 20-some years where I've seen that side, and now I see this side. Remember when King Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun? This ain't nothing new, dog. Podcasting ain't no different than linear cable, except the person is being real. The person is acting different. It is no different. They are being different. Want to know why? Here's case in point. When you're on traditional television, not you're being fake, you're just not being as real as you can be, right? And then you get into the independent space. Oh, gloves off. Let's go. Knuckle up, right? Talk that real. Pull no punches. So there is an authenticity conversation and component to what you're doing on TV with the suit on and what you're doing at the crib with the hoodie on. All right, so let's get that out the way. Shannon wrong for this, though. And I don't know if it's because he's still in it, can't see the forest from the trees. I'm not in it. Like, I'm on sides, and I've been on both sides, and I can see. Just like race relationships. Like, people be like, oh, man, they are like that until you hang with somebody like that. Then you be like, oh, they ain't like that. It's the same thing here. Like, oh, man, they over there fake. Well, they not fake. They just trying to be polished, trying to be at the cocktail party where you're not going to interrupt every conversation and give them your real. Versus cocktail party versus cookout versus barbecue. You know how you talk different at the barbecue than you do at the cocktail party. See what I'm saying? You the same dude, but you doing it different. So that's first and foremost. Get it out the way. There's an authenticity conversation being had when you on TV and then when you on the internet. Internet is more real. Internet is realer. That's why Stephen A. Smith, you watch him on First Take. Why did he want to do the podcast? Beyond other reasons, he got different takes. He got a different level of authenticity. Same dude? Yeah, same dude. Why are you doing it different? Are you faking it up there or are you keeping it real down here? Or is this fake too? So is the media cutthroat? What Shannon was wrong about is saying, why are they taking shots at me on the internet in the podcast space? They don't know me. And last time I checked, nobody on TV knows all those athletes they talk about. Nobody. They don't call them. They ain't talk to me. They ain't had a conversation with me. You talking about the podcasters ain't did that with you? You ain't did that with the athletes. That's why I said, King Solomon said it. Nothing new under the sun. This ain't new. And I hate when it gets misconstrued in that way. Like the entity of what we're doing is different. It's just how you're doing it is different. Up there, it's the same topics. We already know. Everything is based on nouns. Y'all remember? Like second, third grade, nouns. Person, place, things. So up on TV, you know what you got to talk about? We got to talk about LeBron. We got to talk about Dak. We got to talk about the Cowboys. We got to talk about the NBA, NFL, Yankees. You know what it is. Cowboys. That's what they do. You know what on the internet? You know what they talk about? You know what we talking about? Cowboys, Yankees, Lakers, LeBron, Dak, and yo ass. We talking about you who talk about them. You ain't did nothing wrong. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Remember that? And I think what's happening is people, like just listening to Shannon's comments, not judging the comments, just judging the meaning behind what he's saying. It's funny how he thinks he's doing something different on TV than somebody's doing on the internet. Now, there are shock jocks that are on TV. There's shock jocks that are on the internet. But to make it seem like the internet is based on, independent space is based on, backstabbing, it's a lot more and all that. Up there, it's because everyone's passing the Grey Poupon. Everybody's in on the act. Remember Kwame Brown was saying, all these people, man, the get along gang? That is so real. One of the things that fatigued me, one of the reasons why I tapped out, one of the reasons I said, hey, this contract looks great, these opportunities look great, but I got to go, is because it ain't real enough for me. Y'all know me, I talk about myself first, and then I got everybody else in line. If I could go there on me, y'all getting it. And I was like working with cats, and I'm just like, half of what y'all say, y'all don't even believe. Y'all just trying to pop off and show, right? And I'm like, man, there got to be a realer way to do it. It's got to be a way to cover this, but cover it in a real way. Now, it ain't all kumbaya. It ain't all uplifting. I get all that. But I just felt weird. One, talking about a cat in a negative way that was better than me. And why was I coerced, persuaded, incentivized to do that? Because that's who they pay. The ones who get the most, generally speaking, are the ones who go there. And I was like, man, I ain't gonna never make big bank. I mean, I was making dough though, don't trip. A couple $1 million, I ain't gonna lie. But the 10, the 12s, the 15, the 18, the 25 that's coming for Stephen A., you know how you get there. Hey, Wiley, you down? Nah, I'm not down. It's all good though. Some are not. But I knew that culture was rewarding and incentivizing that behavior, and it was disgusting. Especially when those who behave like that, except one guy, were all non-players, high-level players. And then Pat McAfee hit, and I was like, there is a way. Because from what I could see, Pat McAfee was real, And from what I can see, he ain't employed at ESPN. From what I can see, he had a huge deal in the internet, and he had a huge deal on linear cable. And I was like, this sucker out here doing it. So there is a way, right? And there is an example, and there's a poster child. Didn't need that to make my decision, but it certainly was encouraging to see that that was already carved out. Certainly that. So when I heard Shannon talking, I was like, man, it's a little hypocritical of us who have been on both sides to act like what you do up there is a lot less backstabbing. Nah, y'all just not backstabbing other announcers and broadcasters. Get along, gang. It's like comedy was before Cat Williams in your interview. But y'all be backstabbing them players. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He ain't got the clutch gene. He ain't got it. He ain't going to ever win until he does. And then it's like, I was wrong. My bad. Oh, the backstabbing. Okay. This is how it goes. Let me give you the rundown. You got a hot list. So they give us topics. Usually it's Lakers, it's Cowboys, it's Yankees, the big ones. And then there's all these other conversations you can have, all these other topics. But then it's like, it's a topic, but it's on somebody who plays for Jacksonville. Man, it could be Dak could do nothing. We're going to talk about Dak. Jacksonville does something. I mean, something amazing. But that Dak conversation about nothing sure sounds better, right? So we do that. Then next thing you know, since you weren't there, since you ain't called Dak, you got it right in front of you. It's time for me to use an informed opinion. That means my experiences, based on what I just read, I'm going to integrate those two, and I'm going to go out there and profess. But if it's not true, who's fact-checking? Is there some backstabbing going on? Is there some bickering going on? Is there some sniping going on? Come on. Can't fill in the lines. You can't fill in the blanks without it. You got to go there. You know how many times I've been talked about and lied on, and somebody thought they were really doing a good job, well-intended, and I was like, that ain't what happened, right? And vice versa. I've been up there talking about people, and I'm like, I ain't called them. But if we call that bickering, we call that, going at somebody and sniping, then what we're doing here, independent, is what they do there. But they just do it with the teams. They do it with the players. They do it with the leagues. We do it that way too. And then we do it on you. And I don't think that people up there like it. Oh, well, I think that's the best thing about the internet. Tell you the truth, it's not the authenticity, because I kept it real up there. If I like you, I like you. I liked it, I liked it. If I didn't, I didn't. That was it. Now, there was a game I could have played better, but I didn't want to play that game because I am a father. I am a man. I'm a husband. My little kids look up to me in everything I see and say. Everything I'm around, they like, yo, they swear by me. So while I have that responsibility, I ain't about to BS with it. So when I hear them say that up there, I'm like, but this is real down here and that's real up there? The funniest part about it all is that nobody likes the heat. That's all I got from that, really, totally from him, is that nobody likes the heat. Well, people going to say what they say about me on the internet. Well, you're going to say what you say about people on TV. No different, just how you're doing it, right? So I laugh at those who are still there, the masses, getting a little unhinged, a little tired, fatigued of the criticism. What do you think the players think? What do you think the league think? What do you think LeBron feels? LeBron, like, second best player all time, if not first. GOAT for me. And y'all out there, he can't even turn on TV probably without hearing his name just getting sullied, just getting thrown around in just rando convos. And that's like the best to ever do it. So I'm here with an intention to change that. Like, dog, let's just be real. I'm the same dude at the cocktail party, the cookout. If that dress ain't fresh, it ain't fresh. It ain't. If I ain't looking fresh, I ain't looking fresh. If I ain't saying something you want to hear, I get it, but it ain't going to change up based on where I am. But if you can see it from Stephen A. Smith and others, some change up going on. And it's getting a little hot in terms of, oh, man, them cats over there coming at us. Nah, They just showing you what you doing, but they doing it to you. That's it. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Y'all know it ain't never personal with me. I love Shannon. I love what he doing. I salute Cam Newton because he out here eating all them cats. But we talking about it, not them, right? Get your stuff right together. So I always talk about the act, not the actor. And the act of being on cable TV and being polished and then having your podcast and keeping it real. All right. One of them real. One of them ain't. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that boy. I go.